Hello, this is Lynn Matajan from Matajan's Herbals, and tonight is the December full moon. This is the last full moon of 2020, and a good one to wish goodbye to the year 2020, which has been a little bit of a challenge for by far the majority of us. So, included in my release today is a goodbye and a release to all things that did not work for me during 2020. I also put in my release the fact that I embrace everything new and good that is going to come to me in 2021. So hopefully you too will release everything that doesn't work for you and bring in a new year that is going to be a whole lot better to us. As usual, just a reminder that if you see me, you are in my virtual circle. You are protected under my circle, and I am very glad to see you here. So thank you very much for joining us. I think we're going to go ahead and remind you that for tomorrow, you guys get to see me 3 days in a row. That's pretty amazing. Tomorrow we're going to do a manifestation candle that we will light on New Year's Eve to bring in new things for us. For that, you will need a jar candle. And somebody asked me today a very good question, and I wasn't sure of the answer. She said, "Did you tell us what color candle we needed?" And I sat there and thought about it, and I thought, I don't think I did. So I am going to use a white candle. The reasoning behind that is white is the presence of all colors, and so consequently, that's going to cover me on all fronts. If you are wishing to bring in health, you would do a light blue. If you are wishing to bring in prosperity or luck, you would do a green. If you are looking to bring in more spirituality, you would do purple. Self-love, you would do pink. If you are looking for clarity and strength, you would do yellow. And if you're going to do creativity, you would do orange. So I hope that covers everything. If it doesn't, and you want to shoot me a note here on the telephone, and I will respond to you with what is going to be the best color for you. It is, but like I said, I will do white. All right. So that being said, let's go ahead and cast our circle. So we're going to start with the salt, and I walk this circle once around to cleanse and consecrate the ground. I walk this circle once again between the worlds all time can bend. And the incense, I walk this circle thrice this time for the protection of the Lord and the Lady are mine. flipping over and extinguishing itself. Okay, so let's go ahead and call the quarters, and we're going to start on the east, where the sun rises and all new begins. Hail, guardians of the east, element of air, we invite you to attend and protect our ritual tonight. Please bring with you your gifts of cleansing and blowing away any of the energies that no longer serve us. We bid you hail and welcome. And to the south. Hail, guardians of the south, element of fire. We invite you to attend and protect our ritual tonight. Bring with you your gifts of purification and passion. We bid you hail and welcome. To the west. Hail, guardians of the west, element of water. We invite you to attend and protect our ritual tonight. Please bring with you your gifts of cleansing waters and clear relationships. We bid you hail and welcome. And to the north. Hail, guardians of the north, element of earth. We invite you to attend and protect our ritual tonight. Please bring with you your gifts of transmuting negative energy into positive energy and sending it out through the trees for all of us to breathe in. We bid you hail and welcome. Mother Goddess of both moon and star, who rules all planets near and far, who rules the earth and all within, who sets the time our lives begin, who brings us happiness and mirth, who gives us value and self-worth. With every loving touch she gives unto this plane on which we live. We ask you for your presence here and hold you in our hearts so dear. We bid you hail and welcome. Okay, did you see the theme in calling the quarters? I asked each one of the elements to bring in their cleansing abilities, to clean away all of the old, stale energy from 2020 so that we're prepared and ready to greet 2021 in an enthusiastic and hopeful way. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you happened to watch last night and see the card reading that I did for 2021, January 1st is not going to be a light switch. It is not a switch that closes off 2020 and starts all over brand new. It is going to be a journey, but it is going to be one that is progressively better and easier for each one of us. If we do our homework, we need to make sure that we have set a goal for ourselves. What is it that we want? Sometimes when we get into a rut, like we did this year, through no fault of any of our own, you quit trying. And I don't think beyond Christmas dinner, I haven't cooked since then because I'm just tired of it. And I'll have a sandwich or I'll have a bowl of top ramen, neither of which is particularly healthy, but is a whole lot easier. Well, we've got to let go of that boredom and that depression so that we can move forward and choose our own path to move forward and see where we're going to be at the end of 2021. That is your choice. It is my choice. Where am I going to be? I cannot affect anything that the government decides for us, but I can affect how I personally am going to react to it. And that's what we need to remember going into this new moon cycle. So this is the last full moon of 2020. This full moon will push us to heal inwardly, spiritually, and energetically before 2021 arrives. Look for miracles that bring self-love, self-realization, and remind you of your value, your worth, and your visions. If you're not looking for those things, they can slide right by, and you may only see the sadness and the depression. So start looking for the miracles that are going to come to us. This full moon is in her home sign of Cancer and calls us home as well, not only to familiar faces and places, but also to ourselves. It is time to remember and reconnect all that comforts our hearts and nourishes our souls. Cancer is the sign of caring and concern, and its number one concern is taking care of the basic needs, both physical and emotional, and spiritual. If our own needs have been going unmet, this full moon reveals what we can do about it. With the sun and Mercury in Capricorn, it's up to us to take responsibility for our own well-being. Now, this doesn't mean that we have to struggle alone or leave each other out in the cold. Instead, we can be pragmatic and proactive about building solid support systems. These videos are part of that support system. This is my COVID contribution, that if I can still get in touch with you through ritual and through learning and through fun, then I haven't lost my social needs. It's not the same as it was when we were doing these things in person, but it's making the best of what I could do for this. And that's what you need to do too, is to sit down and look, and how can I best serve myself? How can I best make do with what we've got so that I don't get back into one of those ruts, and so that I don't become depressed? And I will tell you, I haven't figured out how many of these things I've done, but if we kind of count a little bit, I've been doing them since March. So that's a minimum of 2 a week. Most of the time. I missed 1 or 2. But mostly it was 2 a week that was Wisdom from Gran. It was an additional 2 a month for the full moons and the new moons. And from March, I think we've had 4 sabbats that we did here online. That's a lot. And I would have to tell you, I am amazed that I had enough in my brain up here to talk that many times and to come up with that many different classes. So it has been an exercise in a lot of things for me. It got me in front of the camera, which is something that I don't typically do. It kept me in touch with you, which was a blessing to me. And it kept my mind going, because I had to be thinking constantly, okay, what are we going to do next time? What are we going to do next time? It is, it's been very helpful to me. I hope it's been very helpful to you. If there's anything you want me to talk about or teach during any of the next, couple months, be certain to put it either in a message to me or here on this feed, because I am kind of struggling with, okay, now what do we do? But so if there's something that you would like, we can absolutely do that. So, and that's how we keep our support system strong, is we might not be able to see each other in person, but we still are seeing each other through messaging and through Facebook, and that's been a helpful thing. So, going back to the Cancer, if Cancer is the traditional mom of the zodiac, Capricorn, where the sun is the dad. And while old school gender and parenting roles may no longer apply, we still draw on these archetypical energies to care for ourselves and others. We talk often in this shop about King and Queen energy in the tarot. And you've got one energy that is negotiating and nurturing, and one energy that is direct and a little bit maybe more responsible. So Cancer is going to comfort, nurture, and feed our sense of belonging, while Capricorn provides the structure and boundaries that create a true safe space. It is through our own parents or other childhood caregivers that we first learn how to parent ourselves and how to take care of ourselves. As the Cancer full moon and Capricorn sun square off with Chiron in Aries, it can bring back some painful memories around the ways we were raised. But now that we are the adults, we are free to do things differently. Whether we need a little more sensitivity or a stronger dose of tough love, we can choose to give that to ourselves today. It is all about striking the right balance and getting your needs met. As the full moon tonight harmonizes with Uranus and Black Moon Lilith in Taurus, our bodies will tell us exactly what we need. And we are encouraged to honor their radical wisdom. Instead of settling for conditions that feel unsafe and uncomfortable or unwelcoming to us, we can reaffirm our right to feel at home in our bodies and in our lives, to become our true, authentic self. So the herbs that I'm using tonight for my offering are fir needles. These are from the grandmother firs that I have out in my yard. When Mother Nature and the trees gift me through the windstorms with little branches that come down from the tree, I collect them and I dry them, and then I use them in my fireplace and I use them in ritual. And so these are actually from my home as opposed to from the store tonight. The fir needles represent immortality, taking the long view and clarity. Now I am using the immortality in this particular instance to talk about my legacy. What am I leaving for Mother Earth and for all of the peoples that populate her? I am leaving, obviously, my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren, but I'm also leaving all of you that have touched my soul and that I hope I've touched yours. All of the energy that we've moved together, all of the lessons that we've learned together, those are all part of my legacy, and that's what gives me immortality. I won't be here for another 50 years, but I hope that some of the things that we've talked about and that we've practiced together will be, and that you'll continue to turn those lessons to other people so that they can in turn learn their spirituality and what they're doing. So, I didn't ask this time, and I should have. Does everybody have their release? If you don't, now's a good time to write it. I'm going to go ahead and put my release in my fireplace, which is right behind me. And then I'm probably going to put another piece of wood on the fireplace in the and then I'm going to put also the fir. So if you're burning it right now, now's a good time. If you're going to wait and burn it after the circle is opened, that's okay too. Okay, now repeat after me. I release all that no longer serves me. I open to all that supports my growth. I embrace the doorways opening to transform my life. Miracles flow to me in every breath. Abundant Mother, moon so bright, hear our pleas upon this night. Your fertile power lend this spell, make it potent, strong, and well. Moon of finest silver wane, take away bad luck and pain. As you fade into the night, bring new hope back into sight. This is what we ask of thee, as we will, so mote it be. Thank you for another year of moons. I'm looking forward to next year and continuing the moons. I'm also looking forward to, at some point in time, being able to do these live in the parks. But while we do them live in the parks, we're going to bring the camera along, and we're going to make every attempt to go ahead and do the same thing with the videos, so that those of you who are not in a position to join us in the parks, whether it's health or whether it's distance, you'll still be able to join us in the virtual circle. So we're going to go ahead and release the circle. Mother Goddess of both moon and star, who rules all planets near and far, who rules the earth and all within, who sets the time our lives begin, who brings us happiness and mirth, who gives us value and self-worth, with every loving touch she gives unto this plane on which we live. We thank you for your presence here and hold you in our hearts so dear. We bid you hail and farewell. And moving to the east. Hail, guardians of the east, element of air. Thank you for attending and protecting our circle tonight. Please leave with us your gifts of clearing winds, so that we may release everything from 2020 that no longer serves us, to march joyfully into 2021. We bid you hail and farewell. To the south, hail, guardians of the south, element of fire. Thank you for attending and protecting our circle tonight. Please leave with us your gifts of purification and passion, so that we may leave all that no longer serves us back in 2020, marching joyfully into 2021. We bid you hail and farewell. To the west, hail, guardians of the west, element of water. Thank you for attending and protecting our ritual tonight. Please leave with us your gifts of cleansing waters and clear relationships, so that we may leave everything that no longer serves us back here in 2020, marching joyfully on to 2021. We bid you hail and farewell. And to the north, hail, guardians of the north, element of earth. Thank you for attending and protecting our ritual tonight. Please leave with us your ability to transmute the negative energy into positive energy, which the trees then shower with all of us. Show us how to do that so that we can transmute our negative energy into positive energy, so that we leave everything that no longer serves us in 2020, marching joyfully into 2021. We bid you hail and farewell. The circle is open but never broken. May all beings and elementals attracted to this ritual be on their way, harming none. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow for the manifesting candle, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you. Blessed be.